What's going on, guys? Ryan here at the Crypto Fiend Studios, bringing you guys the hottest and latest everything crypto related news. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the market, where we could potentially be going in the next week or so, and what you should be doing to take advantage of this price correction. Now, if you guys have been keeping an eye on the market, you know that we've been having a great correction lately. So we're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin's movement, as well as taking a look at the market and what you should be doing to take advantage of these prices. So the first thing we're going to do is look at the pricing of Bitcoin. Now, why we're mainly looking at Bitcoin is because Bitcoin, again, is the number one. It's the leading aspect that holds the majority of the price movement. And when Bitcoin gets affected, it's going to affect the entire market as a whole. So if you guys can see here, this yellow line is the 50-day moving average. We were trending on this line for quite some time. As you guys can see, we were trending on this line for about 7 or 8 days, and then we finally broke through it around January 11th. And then after that, we completely plummeted all the way down to the 100-day, barely got any support at the 100-day, broke through the 100-day, and we're currently sitting a little bit below the 100-day at around $10,000. Now, why this could definitely be the stopping point for Bitcoin is because we do have this previous resistance right here, this flagging movement, where we had this resistance around the $10,000 range on around November 30th, and that's where we're sitting right now. So this could be the stopping point for Bitcoin's movement, but if it's not, we could see this continue downward all the way to this next resistance level of around $8,200, where we had this, again, past resistance, where we could definitely get a little bit of support. Now, if we break through that, the next thing we have is the 200-day. Now, the 200-day is around $7,000. Now, I personally don't think we're going to get as low as $7,000 in this correction, but we could definitely see it. It's definitely possible. So right now, again, we are sitting around this resistance level that could definitely be the stopping point for Bitcoin's movement. But if we continue downward, the next stopping point will most likely be around the $8,000 range at this next support level where we had this previous resistance, and after that we do have this 200-day to support us around the $7,000 range. So that's what we're looking at right now. Now, some things that people don't tend to do is they don't look at the past. They don't look at the past history, the past movement of a cryptocurrency, because they think the newest thing is always going to be new. It's never going to have any copycats. It's never going to repeat itself in price movement. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the past movement for Bitcoin and see what happened around January of 2017 for Bitcoin. So right here is January of 2017, December to January. Literally the exact same thing happened for Bitcoin in January of last year. As you can see, we had this great run up, and then we had this huge dump all the way back down, and then we worked our way back up to all new highs. If we look all the way back to January of 2016, which is right around here, you can see we had this huge run up in the beginning, in the mid-December range, huge run up, and then we had this great price correction in the beginning of January. So this seems to be a trending movement with Bitcoin, is that we seem to have these great run-ups in the beginning of the year, and then we have these huge dumps in January. So we're going to continue onward to 2015 and see what happened in 2015. Right here is 2015, so the same thing again. We had this trending aspect. Now, this wasn't really a huge run-up. We didn't really have a run-up with this one. But as you guys can see, we were sitting on all-time highs with pretty much all the movement. And then we had this great dump all the way down to around $200, $150. But then we caught ourselves, worked our way back up, and then we moved onward all the way to new highs later on in the year. So what I'm trying to show you guys is literally every single year for Bitcoin, we have this movement. We have this movement where we have this great run up in December, and then we have this huge correction in January. It just seems to be a trending movement with Bitcoin. So that's why I'm not really worried about the movement of Bitcoin. I think it will recover. We just have to let it run its course and see what happens. So right now we are sitting around this support level where we could definitely catch ourselves and work our way back up from the $10,000 range, as well as that being the even number that everyone likes, $10,000. Or we can continue down, get our next support level around the $8,200 range, and if we can't get support there, our next movement would be the $7,000 range at the 200-day moving average. So that's where we're currently sitting for Bitcoin, what we could see happening for Bitcoin. Now, next, I want to just look over the market and see the pricing of some of these altcoins, because right now, some of these altcoins are so undervalued and you could really be taking advantage of this market. So right now, we're sitting around $429 billion in market cap evaluation. That is the lowest that we've seen in about two months. And that's about half that we saw last week. Last week, we're sitting around $800 billion, and we're about half of that right now. And we have 38% Bitcoin dominance, and that's personally the lowest that I've ever seen in Bitcoin dominance. So right now, we have some cheap altcoins. This is a fire sale for people that aren't afraid to put some money into these cryptocurrencies that are dropping right now. Now, the common saying is buy low, sell high. So that's exactly what you should be doing right now. Now, again, I'm not a financial advisor, but in my personal opinion, this is the perfect time to be purchasing these cryptocurrencies that you've wanted to get into, because you're not going to see these prices this low again in, if ever, to be honest with you, and if anything, quite some time. So let's take a look. Now, we have Ethereum at around $800 with an all-time high of around $1,400. So that is a good price to get into if you're interested in Ethereum. Ripple, a little under $1. I personally would wait, if you are interested in getting Ripple, wait till Ripple pulls back a little bit more, because I don't even think it's worth $1 right now. I think it's definitely not worth $1, maybe around 50 cents personally for me. Cardano, a good price. Litecoin's a great price. Neo is still a little bit up. I would like to see Neo pull back a little bit more, but it is staying around that $100 range, so it is a good time possibly to get into Neo. We have pretty much everything. We have Tron sitting around 5 cents. Tron had an all-time high of 25 cents about 2 weeks ago, so this could definitely be that great time to get into Tron if you're interested in Tron. Pretty much everything is at a great discounted rate of around 30 to 40 to 50% in their price. So again, guys, this is the perfect time if you were trying to get into that altcoin that you were afraid to jump into because the price was moving too fast and you didn't want to lose your money. This is the time to do it, when everything's a bloodbath, when everything's down, because when everything starts moving back to its normal levels, you can easily catch that wave and make 2 to 3 to 4 times your money on the way back up. So again, this is the perfect time to buy. Now, with every downtrend, we are going to have an uptrend. So don't think this is the end, this is the bubble popping. It's not. It's just a price correction that we see in the beginning of every single year. And we were well deserved of it. We really did need this price correction because we had a great, crazy run up in all altcoins the past 2 months that we definitely needed this correction. So after this correction, we're going to come out on the bright side. We're going to see some great healthy movement for these altcoins. So this is the time to get in. So if you're interested in any of these coins, I suggest getting into them because this is the time to get in. So that's all the news for the price movement of today. But some other news, in South Korea, they had a petition that went around and it got over 200,000 signatures. Now, this petition was for the regulation of cryptocurrencies, that they don't want it to be regulated to the government. And the government has a law that if a petition gets over 200,000 signatures, the government has to respond to it within the next 30 days. So the government will be responding to this petition about regulations of cryptocurrencies. Now, this petition was mainly for regulations of cryptocurrencies, but the people on this petition did announce that they do support some of the regulations. Now, some of that regulations include banning of anonymous trading accounts, so those accounts that aren't certified by a user, that they're just random users, those can be banned, as well as underage traders. Underage investors obviously can't trade, so they're supporting that, as well as BitHum, which is one of the main used exchanges for South Korea, is supporting this regulations as well. So they're trying to come to a happy medium. They're completely fine with regulating cryptocurrencies, but they want to be able to, still continue to purchase and trade cryptocurrencies. But that's where we're sitting at right now. So within the next week or so, maybe a couple weeks, the government will be responding to this petition and we could see what is happening with South Korea. But currently, as of right now, the government's not banning cryptocurrencies. They could just potentially be regulating cryptocurrencies. So that is everything for today, guys. Again, just sit back, relax. Don't give in to FUD. Don't freak out about the market. Just let it take its course. It seems to be a trending movement in the beginning of every single year for cryptocurrencies. So sit back, let it do its thing, and we'll see the normal prices of cryptocurrencies again very soon. Again, if you have any cryptocurrencies that you were speculative of getting in, right now is the time to do it. So go out there and get those cryptocurrencies that you were thinking of getting, because you could easily ride that wave back up and make triple, quadruple your money on those returns. So that's for the video for today, guys. I hope this helped you guys out that were fudding or speculative on the market, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.